You know the headlines, but what about Trump's moves no one saw coming? Discover the 30 hidden changes that left America transformed before 2024 election. 2017 Obamacare policy impact. Trump cut ACA subsidies, aiming to dismantle it, but this led to states increasing funding through silver loading, raising premium subsidies by $20 billion yearly. 2018 National Defense Strategy shift. Trump's 2018 defense strategy marked a pivot to confront China and Russia over Middle East conflicts, influencing military funding and training priorities. 2020 OSHA pandemic response. OSHA declined to mandate COVID-19 workplace safety rules under Trump, allowing varied safety measures that left workers at risk nationwide. 2019 religious liberty in schools. Trump, with Betsy DeVos, expanded aid to religious schools, easing access to federal funds and protections, a shift Democrats aim to reverse. 2020 Interior Department defies Congress. Under Trump, the Interior Department stonewalled congressional oversight, sending irrelevant documents, setting a precedent for limited accountability. 2016 Marijuana Policy Stance. Despite anti-marijuana rhetoric, Trump allowed state legalization efforts to spread, leading to over a third of Americans with access to legal cannabis. 2018 Loan forgiveness limitations. DeVos restricted loan forgiveness for defrauded students, saving funds but limiting relief. Biden's administration is under pressure to expand forgiveness. 2018 financial crime tracking. Mnuchin led reforms to trace shell companies' owners, aiding money laundering prosecutions, and granting law enforcement access to vital data. 2020 SNAP program cuts. Trump tightened SNAP work requirements, cutting food aid for 755,000 people. A court halted the rule, but the appeal continues as food insecurity rises. 2019 overtime eligibility rollback. Trump's changes reduced overtime eligibility, affecting millions. Workers now need a $35,000 salary to qualify, far less than Obama's $47,000 proposal. 2020 greenhouse gas rollback. Trump loosened methane emission standards, causing backlash from oil giants like BP and European nations, affecting global climate action. 2019 ban on Chinese drones. The Trump administration banned Chinese-made drones in federal use over espionage concerns, impacting DJI and U.S.-China tech relations. 2018 defense audit initiation. Trump's team launched the Pentagon's first-ever audit, revealing fiscal issues. Officials aim for a clean audit by 2027 as efficiency improves. 2017 tax cut implementation. The 2017 tax reform under Trump cut corporate taxes, fueling economic growth pre-COVID-19 but raising national deficit concerns. 2019 robocall crackdown. Trump signed bipartisan laws to curb robocalls, pushing phone companies to block spam calls, though scams persist under pandemic pressures. 2018 relocation of climate scientists. USDA climate scientists were moved to Kansas City, lowering morale and leading many to quit, weakening federal climate research efforts. 2020 medical records interoperability. Trump's push for health data sharing aimed to improve care but faced pandemic delays. New rules target information blocking in hospitals. 2017 federal contractor transparency. Trump repealed rules requiring federal contractors to disclose harassment records, raising concerns about workers' safety and transparency. 2019 auto emissions rollback. Trump slashed Obama's auto emissions standards, sparking a divide among automakers and pushing California to adopt stricter measures. 2019 tech antitrust action. Trump's administration launched antitrust cases against tech giants, marking the first major move against monopolies since Microsoft. 2019 immigration visa restrictions. Trump tightened H-1B visa rules, aiming to limit jobs for foreign workers, reducing approvals by a third, and impacting tech industry hiring. 2016 toxic chemicals regulation rollback. Trump's EPA narrowed toxic chemical safety assessments, sidestepping comprehensive reviews and raising public health concerns. 2019 Global 5G Security Strategy. Trump pressured allies to avoid Huawei in 5G, citing security risks, leading countries like the UK to ban Huawei from critical networks. 2020. Farm aid during trade war. Trump provided billions in subsidies to farmers affected by trade tariffs, making government payments nearly 40% of farm income. 2018 banking regulations eased. Trump signed a deregulation bill easing restrictions on small and mid-sized banks, sparking mergers and criticism on consumer risks. 2020 anti-tech bias allegations. Trump's executive order targeted social media giants over alleged conservative bias, spurring calls to revise liability protections. 2020 environmental review changes. Trump reduced the scope of environmental reviews for infrastructure projects, shortening timelines but sparking lawsuits over impacts. 2019 AI development focus. Trump signed an order promoting U.S. AI research, emphasizing leadership against China, though industry demands for funding remain. 2020 housing segregation policy shift. Trump rolled back fair housing rules, reducing anti-segregation measures as homeownership disparities between races widen further. 2020 trade policy overhaul. Trump imposed tariffs on China and reworked NAFTA, elevating U.S. trade concerns but sparking a U.S.-China economic rift.